Two words are pretty sweet when they're put together in professional sports, right? Game 7. And in baseball, they're just a little bit sweeter. Think about it. Pitchers and catchers report to spring training in mid-February. Fans flock down to spring training, either to Florida or Arizona, to watch their favorite teams. And then, starting in April, it's a 6-month love affair with their favorite ball club. They get to know them. Players get to know each other. Peaks and valleys through the season. And for those teams that get to October, it's peaks and valleys even in the month during the early rounds of the playoffs. Well, now here we are in the World Series, and we have determined nothing in this classic series between Cleveland and Chicago tonight. 176 years of combined frustration ends for one side. There are many Cub fans in attendance wondering if they will see history tonight that favors Chicago. Same can be said for the hometown Cleveland Indians and their fans. This place is buzzing. It's been buzzing for the last couple of hours, but I will say this, there's also a tension here. And at times it gets a little quiet when people get overwhelmed with the moment. 69 degrees. Another gorgeous night in Cleveland, Ohio. Fowler just 4 for 25 in this World Series. Nervous energy in this park. The 2-1. That's in the air to center. Back at the wall. It is gone. What a start. Dexter Fowler, hello in Game 7. 1-0 Chicago. Well, Dexter Fowler couldn't have drawn it up any better. Maybe he had a dream about that last night, but he puts it into action. It's the first ever leadoff home run in a Game 7, and it belongs to Dexter Fowler.
Well, he let the moment and the count come to his favor. He's not afraid to take pitches, and you got to believe they're willing to make adjustments. Well, Kluber gave up a run early in his last start in Chicago, and that was the only run he gave up. That's not going to bother him at all. Yeah, it's a leadoff home run, but I promise you that's not going to shake his confidence or his pitch selection just because the first hitter tallied a run.
Here's a 1-2. That's Kluber off the mound, can't get to it. What a play, but safe as Lindor couldn't get Schwarber. 1 on, nobody out.
Decision makers 3-2, aggressive hitter.
High fly ball into right center, sends Chisenhall back. And allowed first out. Anthony Rizzo has been hot. Last 10 games, he's hit 3 home runs, hit .410. In the air to shallow left center. Long run Davis. He's there, 2 out. And Schwarber takes second base and was over halfway there before Kluber lifted his leg for the pitch. And a stolen base for Schwarber.
Well, you know, Kluber, it's the last thing on his mind, and he's already committed. The catcher maybe could have helped him out, but that might have forced a balk.
1-1 pitch to Zobrist. Got under it, flies it into right. Chisenhall is there. And it's a 1-run first.
Mr. Under the Radar. Nobody talks about him. And yet, all he's done is put up those numbers and the regular season numbers. Now, the challenge for the Cleveland Indians is, I think they need to be aggressive. Throw pitch counts out the window. But you've got to get the ball up. He can throw that changeup, cutter, and curveball below the zone.
That's in the air to right, but right at Hayward. And what a bad break for the Indians as Santana smoked it. Hendricks started this season as the number 5 man in the rotation for Joe Maddon. He led the big leagues in ERA at 2.13, up to the number 2 spot. And in the biggest game of his life, a strikeout for out number 2. Over 68% of the time, Kyle Hendricks threw first pitch strike. And he's done that to each of the first 3 hitters here in this intense Game 7. That's Baez. And from a knee, a bad throw and safe. And Baez rushed it a bit, didn't get up, and that cost him. Lindor does some landscape work in the area where he's going to take his lead. Lindor, a guy who runs. He stole 19 during the regular season. He's only been successful once this postseason, been caught 3 times. To the shortstop, broken bat, Inning over. First up, Jose Ramirez.
And this guy would be tough for me to figure out. He hasn't looked off balance all series. He has been one of the better hitters all year for the Cleveland Indians out of nowhere.
That's off Hendricks. Russell can't make the play. Leadoff base hit.
This kid is confident, and he's a tough out. He just stays in there. He doesn't overswing. And on a 3-2 count, some hitters try to get a little too anxious and try to make something happen. He goes right back up the middle and deflects it off of Hendricks.
We've already seen Kyle Hendricks has a great pickoff move. Here's one there, and he got him. Hendricks gets his second of the World Series, and he erases Jose Ramirez as he caught him.
Great throw, and of course Rizzo does the rest.
With one out now, a 1-1, base hit to left off the bat of Chisenhall.
You know what you're thinking at home. Now it's first and second, nobody out. Not necessarily. It changes the pitch selection too. Nobody feels worse right there than that young man trying to get an aggressive lead, possibly go.
So Chisenhall is on, and with one out, the batter will be Rajai Davis. Going to be tough. Bryant, Baez. He got them both. And a 5-4-3 double play. Coco Crisp digs his way in. Bottom of the third inning. The Cubs are only the 9th team to crawl back from a 3-1 deficit and force a game 7. That's down the line. Crisp will dig for 2. Zobrist gets it back in. Double.
Well, I told you, got to go the other way. You got to take what Hendricks gives you. If you try to pull and get aggressive, they're outs. If you go the other way, there are hits.
Roberto Perez just walked down to Mike Sarbaugh, the third base coach, and was told verbally what to do here.
This will be the toughest game, period, that each manager manages. And especially for Terry Francona, with the weapons that he has, the opportunity to use them are so enticing, that being the bullpen.
The bunt. Rizzo will go to first. One out, tying run at third, and a good sacrifice by Roberto Perez. Rizzo got the out. Indians got their runner to third. One down for Carlos Santana. Infield in, and they play Santana to pull. He does. Tie game.
Game of execution and adjustments. Santana off of Hendricks. Hendricks, a lot of curveballs against Santana. This one got up. He didn't miss it. Got it over Rizzo. Outstretched glove. And what a better feeling for the Indians early on here, tying it up. I told you the home run wouldn't bother Kluber. The one thing that's been different, the first game he struck out 8, second game 3, game 7. He has yet to strike out a Cub.
Here's Bryant. Left side base hit, and somehow Bryant found a hole. Leadoff man is on. Big hole on the left side of the infield for Rizzo. Here's Rizzo hit by a pitch, and he'll take the bruise and the base. 2 on, nobody out. To the first baseman, Napoli. High and out at second, first and third, 1 out. And a wide throw by Napoli killed any chance of a double play. First and third, 1 out, and the batter will be Addison Russell.
All right, now Joe Maddon has done this many times in the regular season. First and third situation. The Indians talked about it. Russell, who can handle the bat, who's been hot. If Joe feels he's overmatched in this at bat, at some point he may put on the safety squeeze. Bryant reads it. Napoli's trying his best to charge if he sees the barrel of the bat square up.
Lead runner is Bryant. High fly ball into left. What's it gonna be? Bryant tags. Davis catches. Here comes Bryant. Throw to the plate. High. Safe. Under the tag, and the Cubs lead 2-1. Home plate umpire Sam Holbrook had it immediately. And a look at it on the replay board here in the stadium. He looks to be safe.
But Davis hesitates. I don't know that he gets rid of it quick enough. Watch him catch it and then maybe look over. See that hesitation just a little bit. Not moving forward. Throw a little high, and that's what allowed Bryant to slide through. Just a tiny hesitation is all it takes. You got to come with that pop-up, catch it. See how he's almost stands still a little bit. Just a little crow hop going forward, and the throw took Perez up.
And clearly under the tag is Bryant. Tagging also was the runner at first, Zobrist. He's down to second with 2 out now, and the Cubs back on top by 1. Wilson Contreras hit .667 in the division series. Had a huge hit in the clincher game 4 at San Francisco. Then .286 in the LCS. He's 1 for 18 in this World Series. Kluber trying to limit it to a 1-run 4th. High fly ball into right center. Davis came in, goes back, won't get there, off the wall. In to score is Zobrist, and the lead is 2. It's 3-1. Bad break by Rajai Davis in center.
Well, that cutter just stayed over the middle of the plate, and he got good wood on it. This ball had real good carry, slicing away from Davis up against the wall.
Watch Davis in center. Came in, goes back, no chance. Now Contreras at second, Cubs leading by 2. This game goes into the 5th inning. That's a really interesting conversation with David Ross coming in from the bullpen. He's been catching John Lester out in the pen. If Lester comes in, so does Ross, and I think Lester. Here's a fly ball into right center. Back at the wall, off the bat of Baez. 4-1. And this swing of the bat will end the night with a guy who's been so good all postseason for Cleveland. Call to the bullpen, Mr. Lights Out, Andrew Miller, and he's been phenomenal. The only guy to get him for a run is the guy at the plate, Dexter Fowler, who homered off him back at Wrigley. Here's a 1-2 to Fowler. That's a base hit. Fowler on to continue the 5th. Nobody out. Fowler at first. Schwarber grounds one to short, might be 2. Lindor flips out over to first. Got him. Double play. And well turned by the middle infield. Schwarber is going to stay at first. He's asking Joe Maddon to maybe check it.
Very close. Can't tell if the heel gets down the toe. Coming down when the ball is in. Very close. Man.
Again, it's clear and convincing evidence to overturn the call. And they're going to look at it. Double play. 6-4-3. Here's Bryant with the bases empty. Chris 1 for 2 with a run scored. So intrigue in the bottom of the inning. Miller thought he had a strikeout. Instead, it's a walk. David Ross wearing the microphone, the 39-year-old, the catcher. Here's what he had to say earlier.
I'm an emotional wreck.
It's only going to get worse. Just continue to breathe. That's all you can do, buddy. That's all you can do. It's only going to get worse.
I'm in a glass case of emotions right now.
Yeah. Wait till the 9th with this 3-run lead.
Anthony Rizzo saying he's an emotional wreck. And here he is with 1 on 2 out. Bryant taking off. Here's a shot into right by Rizzo. Bryant's going to come around. The throw by Chisenhall. Now Kipnis. Another run. Bryant's safe, and it's 5-1. And the running game, John, for the Chicago Cubs has been more a part of this World Series than for the Indians.
Absolutely. You cannot circle the bases any better than this. He's got long strides, and watch him hit the bags as he goes. Now he sees it's a hit. Great turn at second, right? He's taken off 2 outs. This turn at third is the reason he scores. He takes the perfect angle, doesn't miss a step, and it's going to take 2 great throws to get him out at home. Great job by Bryant, and obviously Rizzo hanging in there to get a hit.
On a borderline pitch to Chris Bryant that put him on.
And Miller's thrown a lot of great pitches in this inning, and unfortunately a run.
That may also, John, change the strategy for Joe Maddon. Here's a fly ball into left center field. Back at the wall. It is caught by Rajai Davis.
To me, Hendricks has been solid, rock solid all year. So even with a 2-1, 3-1 lead, I would have keep running him back out there because his ability to get ground balls, get in and out of trouble, which we've seen him. He doesn't seem unnerved at all.
To the right side, another ground ball. Baez. 2-2 count on Perez. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Hendricks. It's a full count. That's ball 4 to extend the 5th. This is an extremely quick hook. And with Kipnis coming up, a left-handed hitter. Lester's coming in, and this starts the bullpen carousel for the Chicago Cubs, and John Lester comes in. He worked at home in Game 5 3 nights ago. Lester deals, and this is Ross. Has to hurry. Wild throw, and it will go into the seats. And the runners will end up at second and third with 2 out.
Watch how far this ball goes. That's a long way for Ross to go out and get that and turn and make a throw on the spot. And those are 2 big men right there colliding at first.
And a bad break for Chicago. Good break for Cleveland as Ross threw it away. One swing of the bat. Francisco Lindor can make this a 2-run game. The Cubs got a big night last night from their 22-year-old shortstop. Cleveland looking for a massive delivery here from Francisco Lindor. That bounces in. It hits Ross. A run scores. Here comes Kipnis. He's safe. It's 5-3. Here's David Ross, John, that's had a tough time with concussions. That ball caught him square. And by the time he fell down, got up, Kipnis with great base running is ahead of the tag.
Kipnis early in this series worried about his ankle. No worry there. No assumption. Don't take anything for granted. He was ready for anything to happen, sliding in ahead of the tag by Lester.
2 runs against Hendricks. 1 run now against Lester. It's a 2-run game. A strikeout ends the inning. Cubs have now scored 2 runs off Miller in this series. 1 back at Wrigley on a home run by Fowler, and then the RBI hit by Rizzo in the 5th. Ross flies one into center, sends Davis back at the wall. It is gone. The 39-year-old in his final game, David Ross, has made it 6-3. Without the pitching change, Ross isn't in the game. And he goes deep to make it a 3-run game again. His 2nd home run of this postseason. Trying to go out on top. We play in the 7th, 1 on, 1 out. And Cody Allen pitching to Chris Bryant. Runner at first, Fowler. Fowler going. Swing and a miss. Throw down. It's a strike him out, throw him out. Inning-ending double play. Lester back for more. Here's a 2-0. Hard hit right at Addison Russell. 1 away.
At this point, it's all adrenaline, because you would never throw this much on your side day. He knows what's at stake, and certainly just trying to grind each pitch out.
2 out. 2 out, nobody on. 1-1 to Jose Ramirez. Ground ball. Russell can't make the play, and the inning continues. A 2-out hit for Jose Ramirez with Brandon Guyer coming up. John Lester tonight goes 3 1/3. Struck out 4, walked 1, and got big outs here in Game 7. Closer coming in. Chapman with the Cubs up 3. And now the game is in the hands of Aroldis Chapman. During the season, this guy gives Terry Francona a good at bat. If Guyer can reach, the tying run would bat. Rajai Davis. Runner will go. Line drive into right center field. That ball's down. Taking around third, Ramirez. He will score on an RBI double by Brandon Guyer. It's 6-4.
This dude can play against left-handed pitching. And that is a huge 2-out pick-me-up RBI. And as we said, the tying run comes to the plate.
Rajai 0 for 3. And 3 for 20 in this series. Rajai Davis
was his only chance. Watch where this pitch is. Down and in. He got it. He didn't miss it. He fouled off the pitches that he had to foul off. And the one area that gave Davis a chance to hit a home run is where Chapman threw it. And oh my.
LeBron celebrating. That's the first home run allowed by Aroldis Chapman since June 18th. And it comes with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th of Game 7. We have just witnessed the first ever game-tying home run in the 8th inning or later of a World Series Game 7. Allen needs to throw a strike. 3-1. He can't. A leadoff walk here in the 9th inning. Remember, the Cubs are carrying 3 catchers. If they want a pinch run for Ross, they can and they will with Coughlin. Now Coughlin running at first. Hayward at the plate. That's hard hit for right at Kipnis. A flip out. No throw. 1 on, 1 out.
Another hanger. And get the out at second. I think Terry's going to have a double switch situation coming up.
It's an inning and 2/3 for Cody Allen. Now the grounds crew is stationed behind the tarp. So it's Hayward at first, 1 out. Cody Allen is gone. Shaw is coming in. Hayward the runner. Javier Baez the hitter. Brian Shaw on the mound. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Gets away. And Hayward will go to third. Go-ahead run 90 feet away. On a stolen base and then an error on the throw by Gomes. With the infield in. And with 1 out, a 3-2 pitch to Javier Baez. That is a strikeout on a foul bunt with 2 strikes, 2 out.
That's what I thought they were going to do. This is not a good matchup for Baez expanding the zone. All he's got to do is put it in play.
Fowler 2-0. That's into the shortstop spot. Lindor, what a play! This Game 7 is going into the bottom of the 9th inning, and Aroldis Chapman, I can't imagine how much he has left. We'll deal with the top of the lineup: Santana, Kipnis, and Lindor. The DH Santana hits one in the air to left, got under it, and Zobrist is coming on. 1 out. Chapman a good job to bounce back from a 3-1 count. Now it's Kipnis from Northbrook, Illinois. Grew up a Cubs fan. 3-2. Struck him out. 98. Chapman, Lindor coming up. Lindor pops it into right. And with this, Game 7 is going to the 10th. The grounds crew is told by this umpiring crew and the crew chief, John Hirschbeck, to bring out the tarp. And this has to tell you that there's heavier weather coming. We've seen the umpires talking to the grounds crew between innings.
In this situation, we don't want to take any chance. We don't want to have them play now in the 7th game of the World Series and extra innings, high score, in conditions that aren't right. So just to keep the field perfect, we covered it, and we'll wait this out. And the good thing is there's nothing behind it.
So you expect to finish this game?
Absolutely.
Now we're underway in the 10th, and it's Kyle Schwarber, who tonight is 2 for 4. Hard hit, base hit. Leadoff man is on, and Schwarber pumping his fist down the first baseline. He's on to start the 10th, and Schwarber now will be lifted for a pinch runner, Albert Almora. There's the go-ahead run, and the batter is the suddenly red-hot Chris Bryant. High fly ball into center. Back is Davis. 1 step from the wall. Tagging is Almora with great base running, and into second with 1 out. Good heads-up base running off the bench for Albert Almora. So they walk Rizzo. Go-ahead run at second. Zobrist, the veteran, up. Leadoff hit by Schwarber. Lifted for a pinch runner. And the man who's trying to win rings in back-to-back seasons with 2 different teams, Kansas City a year ago, Chicago now, will be up with 2 on, 1 out. Zobrist, that's a base hit. Cubs will take the lead. Almora digging to the plate. Zobrist delivers. scores 7-6 in the 10th.
He stays on the ball so well, does Zobrist. Tremendous bat control, and there's the cutter. He tried to go backdoor. He stays on it, slaps it the other way. He deserves a lot of credit for thinking about the scenario, reading the center fielder, and not getting carried away with the moment and wanting to get to a position to score earlier than it was called for.
What a reaction by Rizzo. Second intentional walk. Now Miguel Montero. Montero has only one hit this postseason. He's 1 for 11. It was the game-winning grand slam in Game 1 of the NLCS at Wrigley. And here he is with the bases loaded, 1 out. Trying to add to the lead. Montero would like to take the pressure off the rest of this 10th. That's a base hit. Rizzo scores. Zobrist is held. 8-6 Chicago.
Two hits, 2 bases loaded situations.
And listen to those Cub fans who have paid a dear price to be inside this stadium tonight. Cubs are 3 outs away. The Cleveland Indians are looking for more heroics like they got in the bottom of the 8th as they trail by 2. A strikeout starts the 10th. Carl Edwards got a taste of the big leagues last year, and he's getting a taste of an historic Game 7 here in 2016.
Absolutely. See the cutting action on that, and the guy that we heard from earlier having a hard time controlling his emotions, Rizzo.
Ramirez 2 for 4 tonight with 1 out, nobody on. To Russell. 2 out. The Cubs are 1 out away, and the batter will be Brandon Guyer. 2 teams with a combined 176 years of frustration and no world championship. A walk to bring the tying run up. Rajai Davis could tie it with a home run. Into center field, another hit. Here comes Guyer. The throw into second. It's a 1-run game. Davis delivers again. And that's going to be it for Carl Edwards Jr. Michael Martinez, a longtime minor leaguer, now with Cleveland, is up with 2 outs. He's 0 for 3 this postseason. He's the winning run at the plate.
Decent move out of Montgomery. Not a good arm, Montero. And if you think you've got the opportunity, steal a bag, because the odds of getting multiple hits here with 2 outs, although the Indians have done it before.
Here's the 0-1. This is going to be a tough play. Bryant, the Cubs win the World Series. Bryant makes the play. It's over. And the Cubs have finally won it all. 8-7-10. They win Game 7 in 10 heart-pounding innings. And for good measure, the foot of Chris Bryant slipped on that final out, but he still threw a strike to Rizzo. And the Cubs, Joe Maddon in charge, have won the World Series.
Anthony, that's a game that will be talked about for a long, long time. What was it like to be a part of it?
I don't know, but it happened. It happened. Chicago, it happened. We did it. We're world champions, Ken. And that's it. We're world champions. I can't believe it.
You just told me that was the best rain delay of all time. What changed?
We just got together. Honestly, Jason Hayward called a meeting, only the players. And we rallied together. We rallied strong. We knew that we could do this. We know we'd keep fighting. We never quit. We always say it. And we pulled together. And the boys believed, and we won.
Now, it's been 108 years, as you know. What's it like being part of the team that brought the World Series title back to the north side of Chicago?
I can't even put it into words. It's just Game 7 of the World Series. It's unbelievable.
The ball. Will you keep it?
I don't know what I'm going to do with that ball. It's going to be cherished forever, though. We're in the books. We're in history forever. This team is brothers forever, no matter what.